Good afternoon, fans. This is your girl from Mel'S Mat Chat, and this is episode 329 of the podcast. How is everybody doing today? I hope everybody is hanging in there, and we are good to go. Um, Last night was a big night for WWE. They had their WrestleMania 40 press conference from the TD Bank in the TD Bank, the T-Mobile Arena. I think it's T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's crazy. Whenever I watch something from like Las Vegas or like anything to do with Vegas, or I see commercials for it, it's weird, because of, obvious reasons. I was there twice, and it's the bizarrest thing I've ever, like, I could watch something, like I could see the Mandalay Bay, or I could say the Caesar's Palace, or anything to um do with Vegas, and I can actually say I've actually been inside those hotels and the casinos and stuff like that. So it's kind of weird, and so watching it and seeing the Aria, the Cosmopolitan, the New York, the Paris, it's just crazy. And I am so fortunate to have this been able to go not once but twice. And I'm telling you, you guys, if you ever get a chance to go, I would highly suggest you go, because I had such a good time. I had such a good time going. I spent my 41st birthday there, and um it was great. It was actually great. So, but it's just weird. So, you're going to get my thoughts of this whole situation. You're going to get the week that was, which is Dynamite, Rampage, Collision, Raw, and SmackDown. So, you're going to get all that. Um Programming note, I'm going to get you hyped now, so you know. The night before the Elimination Chamber, I will be going live right after SmackDown with the preview and predictions, because unfortunately I have to get up early to go see my son. So I'm going to be watching the Elimination Chamber in transit. Also, I will be doing a review as soon as I get home. I'm going to um hopefully be able to set the stream up as I'm getting ready for to go and visit my son. So, it's going to go off whatever. I'm going to set it probably for 4ish of that day. So, look for that. But as soon as SmackDown goes off the air on the 23rd for the Elimination Chamber, I will be going live for the preview and predictions. Also, I'm covering Revolution. And since it's on a Sunday, you're going to get the preview and predictions on a Sunday. I know it's going to be great. I can actually go and, relax. Monday I'm going to be giving my review, because I don't trust Tony Khan. If Tony Khan even remotely gets us out of there by 11:45, I'm going to be thanking the heavens above. Let's see. I know it's February. I want to jump on this now. I'm an autistic parent. I will always be an autistic parent till the day I die and on to the afterlife. My son is autistic, and I want to start getting out the word, and I'm going to start doing this every February to get you conditioned to know that April is Autism Awareness Month. April 2nd is Autism Awareness Day, World Autism Awareness Day. Would you please do me a favor? On that day, April 2nd, please hashtag it World Autism Awareness Day. Tag me and post it on your social media, because I am the voice of the voiceless. I am the advocate for my son. I've been an advocate before the advocacy name was cool. So sorry, Mr. Paul Heyman. I'm cool. I have the coins, the free. Okay. Just kidding. So I want you to all April 2nd, mark it on your calendars, make a reminder. And I'm gonna post it in here where you like when I make a post after I finish up here. So you can all do that. So also WrestleMania, to get you ahead, I will be doing preview and predictions on both nights for one stream. As soon as the night one is over, I'm going live right after that. Then night two, I'm going to do the exact same thing because I want to enjoy Monday, because it's going to be crazy. I'm going to be coming off Easter and my son's going to be home. So it's going to be like, so I'm going to be really losing like crazy. So look for that. And of course, depending on when my son's going to come home, I may go live either that Holy Wednesday or Holy Thursday with a regular podcast. So just keep following me on Twitter, X, whatever the case may be. Hi, Alyssa. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Please also, while you're here, please like, share, and subscribe. Turn on the bell for all notifications so when I go live or I upload a video, you will all know about it. Please also follow me on Threads, Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok, and Cameo. You want, you can basically go on there. If you don't have the guts to maybe confront a crush or drop some bad news, for $5, it's really you're basically paying for my Starbucks, basically. So contribute to my Starbucks, my Starbucks obsession, and then I'll get the bad news or the good news or the congratulations, you're gonna be a dad, or congratulations, you're gonna be a grandparent or an aunt or an uncle, whatever the case may be. Yes, I'm going to be talking about it right after I do my plugs and everything. You're going to get my thoughts on it. I had one issue with it, but I'll get to it in a second. Please do me a favor. Go check out the people over at Maestro Classics at maestroclassics.com. Visit their website for all your beard essentials. Also, please go check out Liquid Death at liquiddeath.com. Visit their website for all your artillery to murder your thirst. Please go and check out the spring water, the unflavored sparkling water, flavored sparkling water, and iced tea. Please drink responsibly if you're an adult and a legal drinking age. And you can use them as mixers. Excellent choices. Please do me a favor. If you're a coffee aficionado, please go check out Deathwish Coffee at deathwishcoffee.com. Visit their website for all your coffee essentials. Please also, this I think it's March 2nd. We have if you support the independent wrestling community, they have one in here, which is House of Glory, and their next event is Reckoning. Please go check them out on Saturday, March 2nd. We have a debuts of Mustafa Ali versus Alex Shelley, former TNA World Champion. For the Crown Jewel Championship, just announced days ago, Lo Sombra versus Lance Anoa'i. Bloodline is strong this season. And this, then following Friday, April 5th, Wrestling Revolver and House of Glory will be having a show together at WrestleMania weekend. They have Mustafa Ali versus Amazing Red, founder of House of Glory, Alex Shelley versus HOG champion Mike Santana. The Rascals and the Grizzly Young Veterans will be in the house. If you want to go see this in Philadelphia, get your tickets at WrestlingRevolverTix.com. And if you want to go see this, the Reckoning, please go get your tickets at hotwrestling.net. And if I'm not mistaken, the one with the both companies going together is going to be on Thriller Plus, which was formerly Fight Plus, Fight Plus, I think it was. And if you want to watch Reckoning, you could go and download the app of the Premiere app for only $9.99 a month. All right, let's burn some worlds down. Corporate. All right. We started off with a great panel. We had a great panel. We had CM Punk, we had Big E, we had who else? Michael Cole and Pat McAfee. Excellent choices. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Then we got to the main thing, and I am telling you, for a fucking press conference, holy shit, 5,000 people just for a press conference, and it was free. It was free. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. Number one. Number two. We started off with Triple H. Triple H comes out, and I am not joking. It hurt me to see that he's in pain, because I know for a fact he sees Jericho, he sees The Rock, he sees all these guys that are about the same age as him, still getting in the ring, still doing their thing, and even CM Punk. CM Punk is not that much younger than Triple H, and for him to see all of that and see the excitement, I felt pain for him, because I know for a fact that the way he went out with his heart and everything, it hurt him, and it was basically it was premature retirement. And I seen it's like it was like I was ready for fucking, ladies and gentlemen, for the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, the champion Triple H. I felt like that, and to see that warmed my heart. And this is why I am such a passionate professional wrestling fan. Triple H comes out and he goes through the history of WrestleMania, and it was just weird. It was just weird that we couldn't bring up Vince McMahon, and no matter how much he's done, which he needs to go to jail or prison for the SA and the TR, and I don't want to say it on here because I don't know if I'll get in trouble or anything like that, so I'm going to limit to that. But it's just sad. This will be the first time in 40 years, that we're not going to have Vince McMahon at WrestleMania, and that blows my mind. And it's a shame that this had to end this way. He screwed up his entire legacy. He can tout whatever, but when it comes to the fact that he did what he did, his WWE and everything like that is tarnished. And from all the shit that he has put on TV, it's like, wow, art's imitating life. I mean, in my opinion, and I don't know if anybody else will agree with me, but I have a feeling that he's attracted to his daughter. Because there's no way in hell, I don't give a shit, that I would never have put my daughter through half of those storylines. Sorry. Be more creative. That could possibly happen now since he's on the board. So he does his shtick, he whatnot, and then we pivot to Bianca Belair, which honestly, she didn't have to be there. There was no reasons for her to be there. Oh, because she's got a show on Hulu. Who gives a shit? Where was Bailey? Where was Io Sky? Where was them? That's the first match. It was confirmed. I believe it was last week or it was the Fallout show from the Royal Rumble. Where was she? She won the Royal Rumble, not Bianca. Not Bianca. Certainly not fucking goddamn anybody else. Bayley should have been there. She should have came out and said, "I won the Royal Rumble. I'm going to be facing Io Sky, and we're gonna tear the house down or something like that." But no, we had to sit and fucking through goddamn promoting her show. Her show. That's why she was there. Bullshit. And I fucking applaud goddamn CM Punk for that. That he addressed that whole situation. So we move on to a pivotal person in the WrestleMania. We had a champion there. We had a champion that is waiting for her opponent for WrestleMania because of the Elimination Chamber. And she was also there to promote it. That is okay because of the fact is that she wasn't just there to promote her show. It was because she was going to be going to the Elimination Chamber, and it's going to be in Perth, Australia, which Rhea Ripley is an Australian. So that made sense. I don't understand why Becky Lynch was out there, but I digress. Because Becky Lynch was there with her husband, so they utilized her. I would have liked to see fucking goddamn Jade Cargill, other than fucking goddamn Bianca. Bianca has plenty of opportunities in the sun. Now it's Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill could have came out and said, "Hey, I'm new here. I'm experiencing this all for the first time. I am heading to my first WrestleMania. In 40 years, this is my first WrestleMania." And it could have built, if you wanted to, it could have built to a match between Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. Do I have to do your fucking job because I called what happened last night to almost a T? Okay? So anyway, we had Rhea Ripley. She promoted the Elimination Chamber, and she's waiting for her she's promoting the show that's in her country and whatnot. We have Becky Lynch come out. Tell me we don't know the outcome of the Elimination Chamber without telling me we don't know the outcome of the Elimination Chamber. I mean, just hand her the fucking title shot, for the love of God. If it's not her, I am floored. Exactly. I'm hoping that maybe Cody will pay a little bit of homage to Dashing Cody Rhodes and Stardust, all the iterations of his characters while he was in WWE. So I'm hoping for that. Fingers crossed. So I'm just hoping that where the hell are my notes? Son of a gun. There they are. I think they are. No. I'm losing my mind today. So yeah, I'm just hoping that he does that. Just a little something. So then we had Seth Rollins coming out because he still doesn't know his opponent for WrestleMania. Okay. So he, goes over everything and whatnot and stuff like that. He goes through everything. Then he introduces Cody Rhodes. Rhodes didn't come out. It was Roman Reigns. So they had a little banter back and forth. I'm like, this is a fucking waste of time. Let's get through this. Let's get Cody Rhodes out, whatnot. Rock comes out. I'm like, oh, they're not going to fix this. They're not going to fix this. I'm already seething at this point. I'm like, fuck, what the hell? So as I'm watching it I'm like, okay, all right. Then we had Cody Rhodes come out. And the way he came out is the Cody Rhodes we need. We need the Cody Rhodes, what we had last night. And tonight, he comes to SmackDown. He said this is exactly what he needs to say tonight. I chose Roman because I am not letting somebody try to take what's mine. He's had his opportunities. He's had chances to face Roman. I got screwed by the bloodline last year. This year, I am not going to let that happen. I have talked with Triple H and Nick Khan to assure me that what last year happened won't happen this year. So at WrestleMania, when I face the tribal chief, the head of the table, Roman Reigns, it will be inside of a steel cage where I've thrown it to the next level. The steel cage will have a roof on it, meaning that he can't get out. Nobody can get back in. So we are doing this legit. And if anybody does try to come and help him, he automatically gets stripped of the title and it's awarded to me. So, Tribal Chief, your move next. And as far as fucking The Rock smacking me in the face, I'll lay the smack down on your candy ass like I did years ago with the so-called chief head of creative here. I could do it to him. I'll do it to you. And I don't think my father would be too thrilled with your actions because I know he held you in high regard. So you're disrespecting my father. You disrespected my father, my bloodline. Remember, there's more than one royal family in the world of professional wrestling. That's it. But The Rock was fucking out of line. Board member or no board member, right then and there, Ari Emanuel should fucking say, you may be a board member, but it could be very well taken away from you. You do not put your hands on other fucking superstars. That's the talent. You're not allowed to do that. You're blurring the lines. Now, if he would have hit you, you would have fined him or tried to strip him of his right to go to WrestleMania to face Roman Reigns. So as you are on probation or, you're going to be looked at a different way, you're going to be like, seriously, it's no joke. But the press conference, he outdid my expectations. They fixed everything, which was great. I now we're gonna go on to the next layer in this story, or the next inning in this story. So now I completely forgot about what's going on with Seth Rollins. He's got two options. It's either going to be Gunther or it's going to be Drew McIntyre. And I believe in my heart, no, we shouldn't have Gunther. It should be Drew McIntyre. It should be Drew McIntyre because Gunther is going to be dealing with Jay Uso, and then we're good to go with all of that. All right, please let's. That was my thoughts on the press conference yesterday. I want more of these. I want definitely more of these. These are really awesome. Do the press conferences and don't do the scrums, please. For the love of God, I'd like to get to bed at a decent hour. Triple H feels like Cody Rhodes guy and Seth Rollins and Triple. Exactly. I would love for Triple H to be back on TV full time. Now with this situation. All right, we're gonna do WWE because since this is this from last night. Now next week it's gonna be AEW more heavy because we're gonna be gearing up for we're gonna do a little bit more on AEW because we have to start gearing up for Revolution. But as time gets closer to the Elimination Chamber, I'm gonna switch back. I'm still trying to figure out when I can split these two to make it more palpable. All right, SmackDown from last week, so we can refresh your memory. Cody Rhodes has an appearance. Roman Reigns continues his road to WrestleMania after the Royal Rumble. Bayley makes her decision regarding which champion she'll challenge at WrestleMania 40. Logan Paul first appearance since the controversial Royal Rumble match. We witnessed Cody Rhodes and his peculiar dog walking backstage, which the dog's name is Pharaoh, followed by the footage of Damage Control inspecting the arena earlier today. Logan Paul heads to the ring. Corey Graves introduced as the new commentary partner for Friday night's SmackDown, which is Wade Barrett. Speaking of commentating, please, WWE, put CM Punk down in NXT. Please. I'll actually watch it. I'll just turn off whenever Ava Rain's on. Anyway, Paul takes the microphone and pleads with Alabama crowd not to treat him poorly, admitting that he doesn't want to be there anymore that they want him to be. He candidly confesses to underestimating Kevin Owens, stating that at first glance, Owens may look like an angry donut, but during their match, Owen pushed him to his limits, even more so than Floyd Mayweather did. Owens nearly knocked out, and yet Paul lost, and Owens remains the champion. While Owens remains, Paul remains the champion. Paul acknowledges Owens as one of the toughest competitors on the roster and playfully bestows upon himself various nicknames, including Beast from the East, with humorous nod to Bam Bam Bigelow, and the best in the West. Kevin Owens comes out. Owens expresses that while becoming the United States champion would be a great accomplishment, it felt more satisfying to humble Logan Paul. He now demands another title shot. Paul contends that the brass knuckles incident was a setup, but Owens' sole opportunity for a title shot. Emphasizing that he had outsmarted Owens, Owens steps closer to Paul, and Paul remarks on Owens. Unpleasant odor. Owens humorously retorts that he bathed in cologne before arriving, but Paul reiterates that Owens won't receive another title shot. Austin Theory and Grayson Waller make their entrance, taking us into a commercial break. So this ends up becoming a match because Austin Theory versus Kevin Owens. We are done with this. Let's move this along. Seriously. In the match between Austin Theory and Kevin Owens, Logan Paul provides commentary. The action kicks off with a waistlock, but quickly transitions into a standing switch. Owen retaliates with a back elbow, locking Theory in a side headlock. Theory manages to block a shot from Owens and sends him off the ropes. As Owens returns, Theory executes a leapfrog followed by a powerful arm drag. smoothly transition into an armbar. Owens fights to break free, whipping Theory, but Theory reverses it, sending Owens into the turnbuckles. He follows up with a rolling thunder dropkick that Owens manages to block, but Theory still connects with a big senton. Theory goes for the cannonball, coming incredibly close to a victory. As action intensifies, Theory executes a back body drop, sending Owens crashing onto the apron. Owens is down and out, leading to a break in the action. Hey Ben, welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Hey Ben. So then, after returning to commercial break, Kevin Owens manages to create a separation from Austin Theory with a powerful lariat. He follows up with some left hand chops and bats Theory into the corner, unleashing theories of headbutts. Owens then whips Theory into the corner and successfully connected with a tornado DDT, demonstrating his resilience. Austin Theory determines to regain control, but puts Owens into a turnbuckle and executes a Rolling Thunder blockbuster, coming agonizing close to victory. The match rages on, with both wrestlers battling in the turnbuckles. Theory manages to take down Owens with a backbreaker rack powerbomb, but fails to secure the win. On a dramatic turn of events, Logan passes Austin Theory a pair of brass knucks. Owens counters with a super kick, then uses the knucks to knock out Grayson Waller. He follows up with a right hand to Theory, while Logan Paul engages in heated exchange with the referee, Jessica Carr. Kevin Owens claims the victory by a pinfall with a loaded punch, securing the win. Follow this recap: Naomi returns in the Women's Royal Rumble is shown. She exits General Manager Nick Aldis' office with a signed contract and celebrates with Shotzi Blackheart, Mia Yim, and Bianca Belair outside the office. Duh, I knew she was going to sign with SmackDown because her husband's there. No fucking brainer. Tiffany Stratton soon emerges with her own signed contract and confronts the celebration, ultimately slapping Mia Yim. Nick Aldis intervenes to break up the altercation, and Mia Yim requests a match. Up next, Pretty Deadly make their entrance, and we head into a break. The match that follows is the tag team qualifier match, featuring the British Strong Style, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, versus Latino World Order, Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde, versus Legado del Fantasma, Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo, and Pretty Deadly, Elton Prince and Kit Wilson. As we return from commercial break, a Legado del Fantasma vignette begins. Santos Escobar officially welcomes Electric Lopez back into the fold and declares her mission to eradicate Rey Mysterio's Latino World Order. He raises a toast in honor and loyalty, setting the tone for their upcoming battles. And I am so glad that they fucking did the right thing and brought her up and put her with Santos. So we go into this match for the qualifier the winner is going to take on the winner at Monday Night Raw. Tonight on SmackDown, the winner of that match is going to go on to the Elimination Chamber to take on Finn Balor and Damian Priest for the tag team titles. So the matchup is Elton Prince and Tyler Bate, who kicked off things. The commentary team explains that there will be another fatal four-way match on Monday night, and the winners from both matches will face each other to determine the number one contender for the tag team titles, as I just said. Pete Dunne tags in and targets Elton Prince's hand with a stomp and an arm wringer. Elton Prince manages to counter with an elbow strike before tagging in Joaquin Wilde. The action becomes chaotic and all four teams get involved, resulting in a stalemate between British Strong Style and Latino World Order. Heel teams break up and the stalemate, and the babyface unite to deliver impressive assistance slingshot dive, creating a viral moment before a commercial break. Upon return, the break, Elton Prince has Joaquin Wilde grounded with a reverse chinlock. Wilde fights to break free and eventually manages to tag in Pete Dunne. Dunne enters the ring and, with a series of running enziguris to all opponents, he proceeds to stomp on Elton Prince's hands, skillfully landing his feet after a German suplex. The bruiserweight is on fire, taking out everyone in his path. Kit Wilson executes a code breaker, prompting Tyler Bate to make his entrance. Bate performs a signature bop and bang move, followed by an airplay spin. The action escalates into a display of everybody do something cool. Electric Lopez tries to interfere, but Zelina Vega intervenes, evens the odds, and the Latino World Order dives onto Legado del Fantasma in triplicate. Kit Wilson attempts a schoolboy pin, but it doesn't succeed. Pete Dunne, who then focused on Wilson's figures, and tags in Tyler Bate. British Strong Style secures the victory by pinfall with a double Tyler Driver 97 on Kit Wilson, solidifying their win in this thrilling matchup. So it was a really good match. I enjoyed it immensely, and this is what brings me back. I will always go back to TakeOver New Orleans with the Fatal 4-Way. We had the Undisputed Era. We had Tyler Bate and Roderick Strong. We had AOP, and if I'm not mistaken, there was one more, and I cannot think of it to save my life. I think it's maybe a triple threat. I don't know. It just, the amalgamation of everything, and I was just so fucking thrilled with this match. So they will be going, and tonight they will be in action against the winner of the Fatal 4-Way on Monday Night Raw. As we return from commercial break, a video package featuring Seth Rollins plays, where he questions Cody Rhodes about the kind of champion he aspires to become. Next up, Damage Control make their entrance with Dakota Kai noticeably absent. See, that was questioning. So Bayley takes the microphone to share the thoughts with the audience. She acknowledges that she accomplished nearly everything there is to achieve when it comes to WrestleMania. However, this holds a special significance because she's recognized that she didn't reach this point on her own. Bayley admits to experiencing ups and downs, more downs than she liked to admit. But throughout her journey, she had her girls by her side. Bayley emphasizes that Damage Control is not just the best women's faction, they are a family. Although the Japanese members of the faction chuckled during her speech, Bayley gives them a stem look before continuing. She reveals that to prove that she's the best, she must face the best, which brings her to Rhea Ripley. So we thought that she was going to challenge Rhea Ripley, as we all thought. However, Bayley also contemplates a different path, one that becomes deeply personal and involves proving the doubters wrong. She hints the idea that sometimes the people you thought were friends, directing a meaningful look towards Damage Control, need to be proven wrong. Bayley questions if they're done laughing, revealing that she understands a bit of Japanese and is aware of all the ways they talk behind her back. She expressed her desire for Damage Control to be the best and reach the top at WrestleMania. And her speech culminates with a tearful plea to Io and the Kabuki Warriors, asking what's wrong. Suddenly, the Kabuki Warriors launched an attack and start assaulting Bayley. They put her boots to her, but Bayley manages to grab the iron pipe and fights them off. Where there is an intense standoff, and Io and Sky appears to have second thoughts. But eventually, they retreated on the floor with Asuka and Kairi Sane. Bayley regains control of the situation, clutching the microphone and declaring that she will face Io Sky at WrestleMania. With the intense segment, the show heads to another commercial break. We have Akam, Karrion Kross, and Razor, which is the Final Testament versus the Pride, Angela Dawkins, Bobby Lashley, and Montez Ford. We come back from a commercial break. The match begins with a recap of the previous segment featuring the attack on Bayley by the Kabuki Warriors and Io Sky. The Final Testament and Bobby Lashley and his associates are set to engage in battle, but chaos ensues even before the match begins. The Street Profits manage to send the Authors of Pain packing and topple them over the outside of the ring. Bobby Lashley delivers a forearm strike to Karrion Kross, followed by a powerful spinebuster. The Hurt Lock submission hold blocked when Scarlett Bordeaux jumps on Lashley's back and B-Fab makes the save. Bobby Lashley attempts to bounce off the ropes for a spear, but the match never officially starts as the referee D.A. Brewer fails to restore order due to ongoing chaos. So this match can take place another time, which guess what? Should be in Australia. Thank you very much. Book it, Nick. In a backstage segment, Nick Aldis is trying to sign Braun Breaker, and when Adam Pearce intervenes and advises Aldis not to sign anything until they have a conversation on Monday, this decision frustrates Aldis, and Braun Breaker states that it will take some time to consider his options before leaving. Following this, Jade Cargill enters the scene, and Nick Aldis instructs Adam to leave, allowing them to have private conversation. Pearce takes a parting shot before departing. Tiffany Stratton heads to the ring before the commercial break. So we come back from commercial break and we have Mia Yim versus Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton initially gains control, but the action is interrupted as we head into commercial break. Upon return from break, Mia Yim gains the momentum, delivering a running hip attack and a dropkick, earning a near fall. She whips Tiffany across the ring and continues her comeback with a thrust kick, drop kick, and running neckbreaker. Mia sets Tiffany up on the turnbuckle and executes a hanging codebreaker, but Tiffany manages to get her foot on the ropes to break the pin. Tiffany Stratton counters with a big Alabama slam, coming extremely close to a victory. She follows up with a float over slam, rolling soulbot, falling game girl, and then shoves Mia into the corner. Tiffany performs a fireman's carry into the Finley roll, and subsequently she executes a triple jump maneuver. Tiffany secures the win by a pinfall with the prettiest moonsault ever. Following the match, we see Cody Rhodes walking backstage as the show heads to another commercial break. Roman Reigns, accompanied by Paul Heyman, Big Jim Uso, and Solo Sikoa, make their entrance. Roman demands recognition and addresses some statements made by Seth Rollins on Monday and questions if Roman wanted the title, implying that he needs to think about it. Roman counters by reminding everyone that he has defeated every competitor for the title, making him them all the number twos in the comparison. He also ridicules Seth for claiming to be the guy, highlighting that Seth's past choices and injuries don't align with that image. Roman points out that despite working less than Seth, he still earns significantly more money. Of course he does. Once he got ordained to be the guy, the face of the company, obviously he's making more money. He posed the crowd asking if they want Seth Rollins' money or the Tribal Chief's money. No, I don't want Roman Reigns' money. I want The Rock's money, because I can guarantee you he's making triple of what you're making, bro. Roman asserts himself that he won't beg for the match, but offers Cody Rhodes the opportunity to face him at WrestleMania or challenge the number 2 contender. Cody Rhodes then comes to the ring. Upon returning from break, Cody Rhodes takes the microphone and asks the audience in Birmingham, Alabama, and Roman Reigns what he wants to discuss or what he wants to talk about. He admits that he envisions their conversation to be more private and polite. Request Roman to allow them to have the ring to themselves. Roman waves off the bloodline, granting Cody his request. Cody mentions that he consulted with friends, family, and legends throughout the week, and he believes that Roman is spooked. He disagrees with Seth's assertion that the Universal Championship is a Hollywood title emphasizing its historical significance. See, that's what I wanted to hear. Okay? Cody questions Roman about what finishing the story truly means, asking if it involves taking the title or everything that Roman claims as his own. Cody believes that Roman is moving the goalpost because he doesn't want just the title, he wants everything. Cody declares that he is coming from Roman, but not at WrestleMania. He alludes to seeking counsel from someone who knows Roman very well. In comes the fucking asshole Raw, which, fuck, they goddamn fixed it, which I'm giving fucking The Rock a little bit respect back. The Rock shakes hands with Cody and they share a hug as Cody takes his leave, crying his eyes out. The Rock and Roman Reigns stand face to face and in silence, creating the intense moment as the show comes to the end. So basically, that's it. Let's see. I think there's a notification from somewhere. I gotta. Okay. Oh, no surprise! Drew McIntyre calls out Seth Rollins. So that's nothing new. My tablet's just a little slow today. All right, Monday Night Raw was stacked. We had a bull row match with the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes versus Shinsuke Nakamura. WWE Intercontinental Champion, the Ring General, Gunther celebrates his 600th day as champion. Fatal 4-way for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champion qualifier match. The New Day versus DIY versus the Creed Brothers versus Imperium. The WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match, the Kabuki Warriors versus Katie Carter and Katana Chance. Singles match, Miz versus JD McDonough. Mixed tag team match, Alpha Academy with Maxine Dupree versus the Viking Raiders, Ivar and Valhalla. Elimination Chamber qualifying match, Becky Lynch versus Shayna Baszler. Both sides are going to take place SmackDown and what is it? Raw. I swear to God, I just noticed this. Fucking tonight, Bianca Belair has a qualifying match. Could you fucking imagine? We have Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair somehow doing a tie or something like this, and then they get to, and then Rhea Ripley has a triple threat match. How is that fair? And those two don't fucking need it. But God forbid we have Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair not with a match at WrestleMania. Anyway, moving on. I digress. This week's episode of Monday Night Raw begins with a recap of the segment of the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, the undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns, and The Rock from this past SmackDown. WWE World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins makes his way down to the ring and welcomes the fans to Monday Night Rollins. Rollins says that it's been quite a week in WWE, and just like the fans, he wants Cody. Rollins then tells Cody to come out to the ring. The American Nightmare asks Rollins and St. Louis what they want to talk about, and Rollins says they stand by his words last week when he said that the World Heavyweight Champion is the most prestigious title in the industry. Seth also says he needs their WrestleMania 40 match as much as Cody does, and he also needs to know that he is the best. Rollins says the only way to do that is if he tests himself against the best, and he asks Rhodes if he's choosing the World Heavyweight Champion as his opponent at WrestleMania 40. Rhodes can give his answer. McIntyre comes out. McIntyre says he thinks he speaks on behalf of everyone and saying, "What the hell?" McIntyre says he led them both led them both perfectly for WrestleMania, but they are about to screw it up. McIntyre then tells Rollins he knew that he hated CM Punk as much as he did, and he had a T-shirt commissioned making fun of Punk being unable to main event WrestleMania. McIntyre then tells Rhodes that he has to finish his story, seeing that he has been talking about it for 2 years now. McIntyre also tells Rhodes that he earned this moment and not to let anyone as well as his father down. That was, I think, the key. Rollins then asked McIntyre what makes him think that he will be facing him for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania, should Rhodes choose not to face him. Rollins then reminds McIntyre that he has already lost twice to him, and McIntyre reminds Rollins that he lost to Rhodes 3 times. McIntyre then gives Rollins credit for making the World Heavyweight Champion the workhorse title. I thought that was the Intercontinental title. Beats me. Says everyone knows that Reigns' matches for the undisputed WWE champion end up with help from his family. McIntyre then says Rollins has done an amazing job taking that title as far as he has. Then Rollins with a Glasgow kiss. Rhodes then fights McIntyre off, and the segment ends without Rhodes giving an answer. Beautiful. That's the way I wanted it. Great. We're on the right path. And then it ends up perfectly yesterday. We get the entrances for the Fatal 4-Way. The people, let's just move on. The match begins with Ciampa and Woods locking up and Ciampa hitting a shoulder tackle on Woods, but Woods answers back with a drop kick and tags in Kingston. Kingston delivers a crossbody off the top rope, and then tags Woods back in. The New Day then double teams Ciampa, and Woods hits a elbow drop on Ciampa. Kingston then tags back in and climbs to the top to deliver a double stomp to Ciampa's arm as Woods holds it. Ciampa then nails Kingston with a boot, and Kaiser tags himself into the match. Kaiser and Vinci then delivers a drop kick to Kingston. Kaiser then tags in and delivers a leg lariat and Vinci as well as a forearm to Ciampa. Julius Creed then tags himself into the match, but Woods takes him out. Gargano then hits Woods with a big spear, then flies over the top rope with Ciampa to take the Creed brothers down on the outside. Kingston then hits a double dropkick on DIY, but Imperium tries to take over the match by tripping him, and pulling him out of the ring. Imperium then delivers right hands on Kofi, but Gargano flies over the top rope to take them down. Julius Creed then climbs to the top and delivers a swanton bomb before Woods and Ciampa are teetering on the top. Ciampa then gets Woods up on his shoulders and then hits an air raid crash to take out the other competitors in the process. Brutus then makes his way to the top, delivers a moonsault to Kaiser, then goes for the pin. The New Day breaks the pinfall attempt up before Vinci tags in and nails Brutus. Vinci nails a stomp on Brutus Creed, but Julius Creed takes Vinci down. Gargano nails Julius, and then Kofi takes him down with a boom drop. Kaiser then hits a clothesline on Kingston, and Woods nails him with a gutbuster. Ciampa then sends Woods crashing to the outside, but Brutus nails him with a shoulder pounce and clinches an ankle lock on Vinci. Ciampa then looks to lock in the sleeper on Brutus, but Julius pulls him off and nails him with Woods with a double suplex. Vinci is about to tap, but everyone else breaks the hold before he can. Julius Creed then gets Vinci up in an electric chair position, and Brutus delivers a Brutus ball from the top. Gargano then delivers a kick to Julius, and DIY hits their meeting in the middle finisher on Vinci for the 1-2-3, and they are going to be on SmackDown tonight to face the British Strong Style, which is black and gold, black and gold, black and gold. I can't wait. We're going to go right into the Elimination Chamber qualifying match. Becky Lynch versus Shayna Baszler. The match begins with two locking up and trying to get control of the match by clinching their submission holds on each other. Baszler then delivers an arm drag and a knee on Lynch, but Lynch dumps her to the outside and hits her with a dropkick under the bottom rope. Lynch tries to nail Baszler with a right hand from the apron, but Baszler blocks it and hits a kick to Lynch's head. Baszler then delivers a boot to Lynch as Lynch is left sitting next to the ring steps. Lynch then attempts a flying shoulder tackle on Baszler, but Baszler catches her with a German suplex and a sliding knee. Lynch then tries to hit her with a manhandle slam, but Baszler thwarts the attempt. Lynch then looks to lock in her disarmer finisher, but Baszler stops at once and then sends Lynch crashing into the bottom rope. Lynch then delivers a pair of kicks and makes her way to the top, but Baszler pulls her down and delivers a running knee. Baszler then goes for a pin, but Lynch kicks out. Lynch then sends Baszler crashing into the mat and looks for a finish off Baszler, off with the manhandle slam. Sorry, I just choked on my saliva. Baszler then transitioned Lynch attempt into an ankle lock, but Lynch fights her way out and looks to nail Baszler with a leg drop off the top while Baszler is draped from the middle rope. Baszler avoids it and then makes her way to the top. Lynch follows Baszler and delivers a suplex. Lynch transitioned into the disarmer, but Baszler escapes. Lynch and Baszler exchange open palm strikes, and Baszler locks in the Karafuda clutch. Lynch then reverses it. Baszler moves into a pin, but Baszler kicks out. Lynch then hits Baszler with a manhandled slam finisher to score the victory pinfall. What a surprise, you know? We had to backstage where Kathy Kelly interviewed Liv Morgan. Morgan said she had almost a year taken away from her, and that was a very long time. Morgan then said next week would be about revenge on the women's world champion, Rhea Ripley. A video clip was then shown of Shinsuke Nakamura spraying mist all over Rhodes' face at a house show this past weekend. Well, last week. Raw General Manager Anna Pierce was shown admonishing McIntyre's backstage for attacking Punk last week's shown as well. As Rollins, who are both injured, Pierce then told McIntyre he will have to pay a fine. Sorry. We go. It seems like Pierce has not done with McIntyre, but Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley's music hit, and she was making her way down to the ring. McIntyre calls Ripley a real leader and tells Pierce he should do his job. Somebody's got a thing for mommy. I mean, who does it? She's always on top. And Jesus Christ. Holy shit, what she was wearing last night. Then she took her jacket off. Forget it, I was done. Ripley looked pissed and said Lynch may have qualified for the women's elimination chamber match, but she doesn't care about that. She cares. She's there for Nia Jackson. Calls the irresistible force out. Pierce made his way out and said, "This is not the time." Pierce then booked Ripley in a match against Jax at the elimination chamber. Perth with the women's world title on the line. The crowd didn't seem happy, but Ripley was. The Raw general manager then asked Ripley to leave, but Jax made her way out and shoved Pierce out of the way, which clearly she should be getting fined. Oh, but that's right. She's a part of the bloodline, so she's not going to get fined. A brawl then ensued with Ripley until security made their way out to separate the two. As the security was holding Rhea back, Jax knocked her down and tossed her aside, tossed the security aside. Jax then hit a Ripley with an annihilator. We get a recap on what went down during the Bayley and Io segment on SmackDown. We get a mixed tag match. Akira Tozawa and Maxine Dupree versus the Viking Raiders, Ivar, and Valhalla. Oh my god. I need sleep, sweet peas. The match starts with Valhalla hitting Dupree and Tozawa nailing Ivar with a tope suicida on the outside of the ring. Dupree then tries to pin Valhalla, but Valhalla kicks out. Dupree then delivers an enziguri to Valhalla, followed by a handspring back elbow. Tozawa and then Ivar then tag into the match, and Tozawa looks to fly off the top. Ivar catches him, but Dupree is able to hit him with a crossbody off the top rope. Valhalla then hits a clothesline to Dupree, but Dupree responds with one of her own on the outside. Ivar then hits Tozawa with a back heel kick and climbs up to the middle ropes. Dupree then catches his attention, but Valhalla takes Dupree down with a headbutt. Tozawa then tries to take advantage, but Ivar catches Tozawa and slams from the second rope for the 1, 2, 3. I've got my nose is running from being outside today. Hold on. Oh my god. I have to take a Benadryl, and I'm not joking. We head to backstage in Judgment Day's clubhouse, where Finn and Damien said it didn't matter who they are facing next week for the undisputed. They're facing for the undisputed tag team titles. Priest then told JD McDonough that he should handle the Miz tonight. R-Truth then is set up and acted like nothing happened last week. He was under the impression that he was beat down. It was just an initiation. McDonough then tells Truth that he was lucky he had the match right now. McDonough then leaves, and with Dominic and Balor, he's frustrated, so he left too. Priest then tells Truth to make himself at home, and the crowd cheers. I don't like this at all. JD McDonough versus The Miz. The match starts off with McDonough delivering stomps on The Miz. He then sending him crashing into the top turnbuckle face first. McDonough then hits Miz in the back with a back elbow, but Miz sends him into the corner and turns him inside out with a clothesline. Miz then nails McDonough with knees on his midsection and lands a back body drop. Then clotheslines McDonough out of the ring and sends him over the barricade, close to the timekeeper's area. Miz then hits McDonough with a vertical suplex, then gets him back inside. Dominic then grabs Miz's ankle while the referee is distracted, which allows McDonough to get the advantage and sends Miz crashing into the announce desk face first. McDonough then delivers a Uranagi and a moonsault to The Miz. McDonough then drags The Miz into the corner and then makes his way to the top turnbuckle. R-Truth suddenly makes his way out with a bag of Judgment Day merch and then tosses them into the crowd, distracting McDonough. McDonough attempts a moonsault on The Miz, but Miz gets his boots up and follows it up with strikes. Miz then nails McDonough with it, kicks with crossbody off the top rope. Miz then looks for a skull-crushing finale on McDonough, but McDonough escapes. Miz then sends McDonough out of the ring, then delivers a dropkick to Dominic and hits a Hurricane Rana on McDonough. Miz then tosses McDonough back in the ring before R-Truth puts one of those shirts on Dominic. Dominic is distracted and gets kicked by The Miz, but McDonough is waiting for him in the ring. McDonough then delivers a moonsault on the Miz off the top rope for the pin, but Miz kicks out. R-Truth then stands up on the apron and enhances McDonough his cut as the merch profits. Miz then seizes the opportunity to take advantage of McDonough and hits him with a skull-crushing finale to secure the win as the merch money goes flying all over the ring. After the match, R-Truth goes to collect the money scattered around the ring. Dominic yells at him for messing things up. We head backstage where Giovanni Vinci and Ludwig Kaiser marches with Adam Pearce's office because they wanted the Ring General's Gunther's 600-day presentation as the Intercontinental Champion to be perfect. Pearce assures them that it would be. Braun Breaker then enters Pearce's office, and the crowd cheered. Imperium left, and Pearce has explained his contract offer to Breaker. There was a video of CM Punk's surgery, so it's about a week now. Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci make their way down to the ring for Gunther's 600-day celebration as the Intercontinental. If this happens again, I'm done. Terrible. This is ridiculous. So Kaiser tells the fans to give gratitude for Gunther and introduces him. Gunther makes his way down to the ring. Gunther says he is celebrating over 600 days as Intercontinental Champion to the surprise of no one, and thanks Kaiser for setting up the celebration. Gunther then tells Kaiser he doesn't want him to go through the trouble as he is given that he will always be the greatest and longest Intercontinental Champion in history. Gunther says he's running out of competition and no one's worthy of challenging him. So main event, Jey Uso comes out. He tells the fans they are in his city. And Gunther says he understands Jey's simple gesture are for the simple audience. Gunther then tells Jey the last time they saw each other, he eliminated him from the Royal Rumble. Gunther then says he senses disrespect in Jey, and Jey says he sees the work Gunther has put in. Jey says he acknowledges Gunther for being the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion, and Gunther says he appreciates it. Gunther says Jey holds the second for the longest reigning tag team championship of all time, and he only had to put in 50% of the work. Jey then tells fans to yeet if they want to see him become the new Intercontinental Champion. So I guess this is what we're going to be dealing with either at Perth or Philadelphia for the WrestleMania. Gunther then says Jey is finally achieving something for himself and isn't the first or the last of his coattails. Gunther then tells Jey that he will beat him worse than his own family ever did, and when he defeats him, he will beat him into the good old days when people can tell him and Jimmy apart. Jey and Gunther then begin to brawl, but Kaiser and Vinci overpower him. The New Day run down to the ring to save Imperium and retreats. Shinsuke Nakamura cuts a video promo saying that he would beat the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, in a match his family made famous. Now, the bull rope that is going to be used is the exact same one that his father used so many times. So that's pretty cool. WrestleMania ad, and it was basically about the press conference. WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match. The Kabuki Warriors versus Katana Chance and Kaden Carter. The match begins with Chance and Asuka in the center of the ring, and Chance delivering strikes to Asuka. Asuka then hits Chance with a shoulder tackle and is shown that the rest of the women's tag team division is watching the match from the back. Asuka then delivers a devastating kick on Chance's face, but Chance still manages to roll her up. Asuka kicks out and Carter tags herself into the match. Carter pulls Asuka out of the ring, but Sane beats her down. Carter then sends Asuka into Zayn then the assist chance to land on both the Kabuki warriors. Asuka nails Carter with a bulldog and Zayn follows up with a dropkick. Zayn then tags herself into the match and makes her way to the top and hits a stomp. Chance then tags herself in and trips Zayn. Then hits her with a bulldog and a dropkick. Chance then whips Zayn into the corner. Then delivers several stomps and a splash. Chance then climbs to the second rope and hits Zayn with a stomp to her spine. But Asuka tags herself and hits Chance with a code breaker. Zayn and Asuka then hit a clothesline running knee combination. Carter then tags herself in and launches Chance into Asuka. Chance then climbs to the top and hits Asuka with a after party. That goes for the pin, but Zayn breaks the pinfall attempt before Chance tags herself in, and she and Carter attempts to hit their cake stand finisher on Asuka. Zayn pulls Carter out of the ring, and Asuka nails Chance with a kick to her head. Zayn then tags herself in and climbs to the top rope and delivers an insane elbow, and Asuka pins Chance to retain the women's championships. Jackie Redmond is shown interviewing Sami Zayn. Zayn spoke about coming up short against Roman Reigns in Montreal in front of his family and friends. The chief content officer, Triple H, then stood beside Zayn and told him he had nothing to be ashamed of. Triple H then compares Zayn to Rocky and Zayn. He then would give everything in the ring. Zayn then said he wasn't an underdog anymore. He was a contender, and a contender would be champion. Zayn then said he still has something to prove, but wanted to prove it to the fans and wanted to prove them right. We have the Bull Royal match, the main event of Monday Night Raw. Let me just check to see if I have any texts. Hold on one second. I have a text. The Bull Roll match. Cody Rhodes versus Shinsuke Nakamura. The match begins with Nakamura landing several kicks to Rhodes to his head as well as knees to his midsection. Nakamura and Rhodes then land punches on one another, and Rhodes looks to use the cowbell. More cowbell, please. Nakamura then slides out of the ring and looks to retreat through the fans, but Rhodes pulls him back into the ring area with the rope. Rhodes then uses the rope to send Nakamura crashing into the ring post, shoulder first 3 times. Rhodes then attempts the Cody Cutter on Nakamura, but Nakamura trips Cody with a bull rope and then nails him with a pair of kicks to the chest. Nakamura then positions Rhodes hand over the cowbell and stomps on it. Then it delivers several kicks across Rhodes' chest. Rhodes then Rhodes was able to stop a kick, then Nakamura with a drop kick to the knees and clinches in a figure four leg lock. Rhodes nails Nakamura and whips him into the corner. Rhodes then hits Nakamura with a power slam and a disaster kick, but Nakamura answers right back with a German suplex and knees to Rhodes' midsection. Rhodes then hits Nakamura with a Cody Cutter and a right hand. Nakamura then responds with two of his own and two go back and forth. Nakamura then nails Rhodes with a nasty kick to the head, then delivers a suplex. Cody Rhodes then hits a pedigree on Nakamura and then tries to hit him with a cowbell. Nakamura then thwarts Rhodes, attempting by splitting red mist into his face, but Cody Rhodes still manages to hit Nakamura with Crossroads finisher for the pin. Nakamura kicks out of it and hits Rhodes with the cowbell and rope, but Rhodes uses the rope to low blow Nakamura twice and hits a Crossroads finisher once again for the 1-2-3. After the match, Drew McIntyre blindsides Cody and nails him with his several right hands. McIntyre then follows up with a Claymore and kip up. McIntyre stands tall as the show comes to the close. And that is it for WWE side. Now, since you're the halfway point, please do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe. Turn on the bell for all notifications so when I upload a video or go live, you will know about it. Please go follow me, Mel's Mat Chat. That's the handle on everything. It's on TikTok, X, Facebook, Instagram, Threads. I'm also on Cameo, so go check me out there. All right, we're going to get right into Rampage from last week. Well, my tablet's slow. It was just announced on. I just got the notification. Let me go to Ringside News. AEW is expected to do 2 stadium shows a year. The Grand Slam event, Arthur Ashe, was a great addition to the product. It has become a yearly event since. We know to run another stadium show. Well, Arthur Ashe is the stadium. They will run a second stadium. I will say yes. I wouldn't do that this year. I would actually get their attendance up in the regular arenas. Tony Khan doesn't know when to, you know what? We're going to just stay right here for the time being until we can get to the next level. I mean, he's just spending money. And if you're going to tell me that the company's worth $2 billion after 5 years, you're out of your mind, honestly. Rampage was coming from the Uno Lakefront Arena in New Orleans, Louisiana. Top Flight, Dante Martin and Darius Martin versus Private Party. Both teams have an abundance of confidence and think they are the best. You know what? Why not fake it, said Tony Schiavone. Top Flight used tandem offense on Mark Quinn. They isolated Quinn in the corner. Darius swept out Quinn's leg, and Dante hit Quinn with a DDT, demonstrating beautiful combo offense. Quinn pulled back a dropkick out of midair and tagged in Isaiah. Isaiah docked Darius with a stunner. Quinn came in and drove Darius face first with a stomp. Quinn rolled up Darius holding the ropes, but Andrade Andretti caught him red-handed with a alert the referee. Darius and Zay with a Pele kick and tagged out to Dante. Dante connected with a crossbody press on Zay for a near fall. Zay fought his way out of Top Flight's technical powerness and planted Dante with a silly string. Quen connected with a shooting star press on Dante, but Dante jumped in to break up the pin attempt. Dante stunned Quen with a thrust kick and then spiked him down to the mat, scoring the pin. Hey, Larry Olson hit for the thumbs up. Aw, thank you, Larry. Larry's in the chat. Love you. Mwah. Thank you. Oh my God, that is so sweet. I appreciate it. Oh my God. You guys kill me sometimes. You guys kill me, and I love it. I would love to see a rubber match between these two teams, said Excalibur. Top Flight extended their hands at a sign of good sportsmanship, but Private Party didn't want any part of it. Oh, thank you, Larry. That's so nice. Yeah, it's weird seeing a girl or a woman, because I'm far from being a little girl. I mean, if you want to go in that direction, being a little girl, but I've been watching professional wrestling since I'm 3 months old, and I'm passionate about it. And I'm sorry, I gotta tell it like it is. Aw, thanks, Larry. I appreciate it. Yes, I'm all woman. Trust me, I am all woman. I birthed the baby and everything. Got the hysterectomy and the whole nine to prove it. I'm going through menopause right now. Holy shit, that's enough. I could do a podcast on all that. Holy shit. It is ridiculous with the sweats that I go through every day. It's ridiculous. And then you have hot guys and hot girls on wrestling. I'm fucked 7 ways to Sunday, people. So it is what it is. I mean, for Christ's sakes, let's just use Rhea Ripley as the fucking subject, okay? Dear God. Renee Paquette was backstage with Sammy Guevara. Sammy, losing always sucks, but losing against the tag team champions in a street fight with Jericho feels different. We are close to finally becoming the AEW World Tag Team Champions. Titles were been chasing since 2019. Maybe this loss stings a bit more because it's not just about me anymore. I have a little girl at home that depends on me to work and to provide a better future for her. So those championships don't represent the best. They represent a better life. And Will Hobbs and Don Callis' family took that away from me. My wife, my family. So now this is personal. I'm medically clear now. I am going to wait for a match. Will Hobbs, I hope you're watching. You better know where. You don't know when, but I'm coming for you. So, hey, I saw the old Rock today on Pat McAfee. Does he make a comeback? All right, I'm going to give you my insight on The Rock. The Rock right now has nothing to do in Hollywood. He's waiting for his football league to start back up. He hasn't had a movie in since COVID, and now he's coming out with Moana 2, which he could do at home. So for what I've heard, he fucking tried to annihilate DC Comics to try to fucking goddamn get his own movie, Adam Ant, and guess what happened? Big fat loser. He's no longer the people's champ. The new people's champ is Cody Rhodes. And I was never a Cody Rhodes fan, but as of what's going on right now, I cannot believe I'm going to say this. I'm a huge fan of Cody Rhodes and CM Punk. This was definitely not my bingo card 5 years ago. All right. Not even 2 years ago. So The Rock needs to possibly take on a managerial role. We don't need him in the fucking ring. He looks terrible. I guess of all the fucking being in Hollywood, drinking that fucking liberal lip tart Kool-Aid that he was drinking and pandering to the fucking his fans to try to pay for fucking Maui. And I just want to let you know he's on that list and not the Jericho list. If you know, you know. I am not going to say anything more because I'm not going to get myself into a fucking tizzy because it's not worth it. Sanjay Dutt is backstage with the Motley Crew. Yup. I mean, for Christ's sakes, he's good friends with Tyler Perry and fucking Oprah. You see the fucking goddamn pattern here? I mean, come on. Sanjay, Jay is late as always. Jeff, you think he wants us to really work out. Jeff, Sanjay, I'm a 2-time Hall of Famer. I damn sure ain't getting in the ring today. Jay walked into the room. Lethal, all right, I made it. I've got some great drills I want to go over in the ring. Hey, why are you still in your suit, Sanjay? Sanjay, I'm not working out, but Karen has her workout clothes on. Karen, I'm not working out, but I'm narrow down the team names and put up a photo shoot for next week. Lethal, fine. Saddam, are we working out or not? Saddam, Jay, I'm undefeated. You need to work out. You lost all your matches. Lethal, fine. No practice today. Jeff, Jay, that's the problem. I'm sick of it. You're the problem of the team. You're the problem. You're the problem is you're too damn nice. What brought us together is what we're both ruthless SOBs. That we got to get back. I'm running the meeting next week. I'll tell you boys where and when. AEW World Tag Team Champion Eliminator match. Absolute Ricky Starks and Big Bill versus the Dark Order, Alex Reynolds and John Silver. With what the hell happened, and everybody knew that what was going to happen, this was a fucking waste of time. Honestly. And I feel bad for Dark Order, honestly. I feel so bad. Brody Lee is probably up with Wyndham Rotunda, Bray Wyatt, and like doing like this. What did Tony Khan do to my fucking goddamn creation? You know? Darby Allin joined the broadcast booth. Silver and Reynolds got the jump on Starks and Bill. Evil Uno grabbed Big Bill's legs from the outside of the ring. Silver powerbombed Starks onto Reynolds. Knees for a near fall. Big Bill tagged in and bulldozed the Dark Order with a double clothesline. Big Bill pummeled Reynolds with stiff shots. Evil Uno distracted Big Bill. Reynolds pushed Bill to the outside and followed up with a tope suicida, but Big Bill intercepted him. Silver rammed Bill with a cannonball senton. Back in the ring, Big Bill spiked Reynolds with a bossman slam. Starks grabbed a tag and clubbed Reynolds with forearms and then body slammed him. Ricky splashed Reynolds into the corner with a flying elbow. Starks was looking for a spear, but Evil Uno tripped him up. Starks got out of the ring and speared Evil Uno on the arena floor. Silver peppered Starks with kicks. Starks rallied back with the Rambo and pinned Silver. Darby attacked Starks from the broadcast booth. Big Bill screamed at Darby, taunting him ahead of their match on Wednesday on Dynamite. Renee Paquette was backstage with Powerhouse Hobbs and Don Callis. Don Callis, I feel sick to my stomach because I'm tired of hearing about Sammy's family. Congratulations, you're medically cleared, but obviously not mentally cleared. Because if you were, you'd know that you're not hunting Will Hobbs. Will Hobbs is hunting you. Powerhouse Hobbs, you see, Sammy, I know exactly what I took away from you and Chris Jericho, but you don't realize I always have a family. I have three mouths at home that depend on their daddy. You think this is the first time in my life that someone tried to hunt me? Check my track record, dog. You just better hope that I don't see you first. Willow Nightingale versus Queen Amada. Thanks so much. I appreciate it, Larry. Willow flatlined Queen Amada with a double shoulder tackle. Amada created Willow, but Willow kicked out at once. Willow scoop slammed Amada. Willow drop kicked Amada from the turnbuckles. Queen Amada swept out the legs of Willow as Willow was looking for a senton from the apron. Amada headbutt Willow and followed up with a German suplex. Amada went for a hip attack, but Willow dodged it. Willow counterballed Amada and drilled her with a Death Valley driver for a near fall. Willow hit the Dr. Bomb and pinned Queen Amada. Renee Paquette was backstage with the Best Friends and AEW International Champion Orange Cassidy. Orange, I knew if I asked for this time that Roddy and his friends would come in and interrupt us. So they're probably going to go do it in 1, 3, 2, 1. Trent, what if they don't show up? Orange, I didn't think of that. Roderick Strong, Orange. Roderick Strong interrupted the interview and he had Adam Cole and the Undisputed Kingdom in tow. Orange, Roddy, I was looking for you because everyone knows you and I are going to fight each other March 3rd at Revolution for my international championship. But you and your friends keep doing things that are making my friends really angry. So why don't all of you guys with all of us and we fight each other? Adam Cole, that's a great idea. I recommend a 4-on-4, but old Chucky T is too injured to compete. So instead, I'm going to recommend a 3-on-3. I'm talking about my best bud, Roderick Strong, and Mike Bennett and Mac Tavern. Against you, Rocky Romero. Against you, Rocky Romero, you, Trent, and you, Orange. Roddy, I love that idea. How about we do it on Rampage next week? So it's going to be tonight. So if you are an Adam Undisputed Kingdom fan, you got your fill of them. I am still heartbroken. Vince McMahon had the Undisputed Era like this. They bailed him out after the Saudi fiasco, and they don't get paid for their to rescue fucking SmackDown because of your fucking idiotic situations to go over to Saudi Arabia. But then you let fucking Adam Cole, where right now he could be facing Seth fucking Rollins. And he's not at WrestleMania. He was your WrestleMania fucking golden boy. Just like Shawn Michaels. It's not a coincidence that he looked so much like him. You had Shawn Michaels 2.0. You had WrestleMania fucking through the roof. But you decided because you didn't want him, because you wanted to cut his hair and change his gimmick, because it wasn't fucking your gimmick, Vince. Now look at you. You're possibly facing jail time. And I think it's fucking karma. I digress. I'm sorry. I'm an Adam Cole girl, baby. I'm sorry. Britt, sorry, but you got company. Sorry, not sorry. And he's 30 years old. I'm 41. A little cougar coming out on me. Not as bad as what Dominic does to me. So, and Rhea, because they're about the same age. Oh dear Jesus, I'm going to hell. Renee Paquette was backstage with Willow Nightingale, Chris Statlander, and Stokely Hathaway. They're interrupted by Saraya, Harley Cameron, and Ruby Soho. Stokely, hey, last time I checked, this was Rampage, not Dawson's Creek. Saraya, I don't know what that means. Oh my God. I forgot she's young. Willow, this is my time. Stokely, listen, if anyone's going to make fun of Willow, it's going to be me. Willow, really? You mean that? Listen, Ruby, you're insulting us. You're taking up our time. This is what you want to do? We can settle things in the ring next week, so we'll see you in then. All right, I am going to apologize in advance for fucking up these names. If I fuck them up, I can't help it. I don't speak fluent Spanish, so forgive me now because I can't pronounce them. I could barely get the basics out. All right, so heed my warning now. Main event: CML's Heshedo, Mascara Dorado, Mystico, and Volador Jr. versus Angela Parker, Matt Menard, Christopher Daniels, and Matt Sydal. Oh my God. They get the tag team division back, for Christ's sakes. I have a headache from this company sometimes. Sydal and Dorada began their respective teams. Sydal took him down with a Hurricane Rana. Volador tagged in, but Matt Menard whipped him out of the ropes. Volador connected with a thrust kick. Mystico and Daniels entered the ring. Nailed Daniels with a big sharp handspring elbow. Mystico kicked Daniels in the corner. Hachero drop kicked Daniels. Volador planted Daniels with a lung blower. Dorado hit running shooting star press on Daniels. Daniels planted Dorada with a heel tip and tagged out to Parker. Menard, Parker, and Sydal triple T Dorada with a flurry of offense. Sydal punished Dorada with a bow and arrow submission hold. Hexedo, I'm trying here, grabbed a tag and dropped Daniels with a running lariat. Hexedo locked on a sleeper and on Daniels in the ropes. Hexedo blasted Daniels with a springboard forearm. Daniels retaliated with a flatliner. Things broke down with both teams entered to begin to brawl. Volador took out Parker with a tope. Mystico jumped from the top and crashed onto Daddy Magic. Dorado wiped out Sydal with a tornado into an arm drag. Dorado drived over the top rope and wiped out the pile. Back in the ring, Daniels was looking for angel wings on Hachero, but Hachero countered with a back body drop. Hachero followed up with a rising knee in the corner. Hachero cradled Daniels and pinned him. And that was the main event of Rampage. Collision featured Queen Amada versus Serena Deeb. The Continental Crown Champion Eddie Kingston versus Bounty Hunter Brian Keith. Trios match: TNT Champion Christian Cage and the Patriarch versus FTR and Daniel Garcia. American Dragon Brian Danielson versus Hachero, and much, much more. And that is coming from the Burt Ogden Center in Edinburgh, Texas. So we're going to go to that. I got to check my text if any. Come on. Nothing. Thank God. All right. We're going to go to Collision. Okay, we're going to start off with the Continental Crown Championship Proving Ground match. Eddie Kingston versus Bounty Hunter Brian Keith. Keith and Kingston traded shots. Oh, God, we're going to do this today. Okay. With Eddie rocking Keith with a knees to the face. Both tried for suplexes, but neither man budged. Kevin Kelly informed us that Brian Keith just returned from a tour in Japan. Keith stunned Kingston with a mule kick. Kingston was clutching his jaw. Outside the ring, Keith whipped Kingston into the barricade with Kingston right arm and shoulder taking the brunt of it. Brian Keith is starting to show he's got the goods. And Kevin, said Kevin. Giving Eddie one hell of a fight, said Shivani. Keith headbutted Kingston, knocking Kingston off the turnbuckles and sending Kingston tumbling to the arena floor. Kingston got back up on the apron, but Keith connected with a pump kick. Keith followed up with a cannonball senton. Kingston fired back with an exploder suplex. Keith hit one of his own and then rocked Kingston with a Liger bomb for a near fall. Kingston is in trouble. You could see it on his face, said Shivani. Eddie blasted with Keith with a back fist and a suplex for a 2 count. Kingston blistered Keith's chest with rapid fire chops. Eddie applied the sleeper and then spiked Keith with the DDT for a near fall. Eddie smashed Keith with a spinning back fist and pinned Brian Keith. Shivani entered the ring to interview Kingston. Kingston, go talk to Bounty Hunter, not me. Shivani, starting tonight, Brian Keith is All Elite, so he is now part of All Elite Wrestling. Kingston hugged Keith. Bryan Danielson, music hit. Danielson made his way to the ring, and Nigel said Danielson was truly trying to steal Keith's thunder. Kevin Kelly said Danielson was trying to provoke Kingston. Danielson held up Keith's arm, congratulating him joining on the AEW roster. So we're going to go right into the next match. And again, I'm going to apologize. I'm going to fuck up this guy's name, and I'm sorry. It is what it is. Exclaimer. Warning, warning, warning. Heshedo versus Bryan Danielson, the greatest technical wrestler to come out of Mexico in the past 20 years, said Nigel. Heshedo grappled Danielson to the mat. Both men are looking for leg locks. Danielson put Heshedo on a surfboard submission, but Heshedo escaped. Heshedo rolled Bryan around in a surfboard, but Danielson got onto the ropes to force the break. Thank you. Please help a sister out here. I mean, give me a break here. I don't say these names on an everyday basis. I mean, for Christ's sakes, I swear to Jesus, if I met a room full of people, 10 minutes later, I'll forget all their names. You give me a fucking roster of a professional wrestling company, it'll take me 2 days to fucking take me 2 days to memorize the entire roster. And I'll remember it. So Danielson looked frustrated, said Kevin Kelly. Danielson swatted Heshedo in the thigh with a leg kick. Danielson was stunned by a guillotine leg drop. Heshedo caught Danielson in a rear naked choke, but Danielson grabbed the bottom rope. Heshedo chopped at Danielson's chest. Heshedo was one step ahead and cracked Danielson with a jumping knee strike in the corner. Put the dragon to sleep, said Nigel. I love Nigel McGuinness. He was great in NXT on commentary. Danielson knocked Heshedo off the top rope with a headbutt. Danielson went for a diving headbutt, but Heshedo countered, tying up Danielson in a pretzel and cradling Danielson for a near fall. The fans chanted, "This is awesome. This is awesome." Heshedo jumped over the top rope with a tope, crashing onto Danielson on the arena floor. Back in the ring, Bryan hit a double underhook suplex. Danielson applied the elbow lock. Heshedo escaped and locked up Danielson, but Danielson inched his way to the ropes. Danielson found his mark with roundhouse kicks to Heshedo's chest. Heshedo picked up Bryan with a spinning hammerlock into a backbreaker. Danielson took down Heshedo with a dragon screw leg whip. Heshedo cradled Danielson with it, but Danielson reversed it and pinned Heshedo. Heshedo attacked Danielson after the match. BCC Claudio Castagnoli sprinted to the ring and forced Heshedo to retreat. This was like blink and it was like over. I'm telling you, this was crazy quick. FTW champion Hook versus the Outrunners Turboid Floyd and Truth Magnum. Hook used a judo throw but was poked in the eye when the ref was distracted. The Outrunners double team Hook. Hook double team clothesline them and send them flying overhead. Suplex. Hook applied the red rum to Truth and forced him to tap out. It takes a lot of guts to fight two men, said Nigel. Tony Schiavone interviewed Mark Briscoe. Mark, I told FTR I'd be there for the last week. I came out to the aid of my blood brothers, FTR, and my good friend Daniel Garcia. And that's what we do. I wasn't 5 feet onto the stage when the House of Black threw me off like a sack of taters. But fast forward, and it was FTR, Garcia, and Briscoe with their hands held high. You knock us down, we get back up. After 20 years of being one half of the baddest tag team on the planet, now all of a sudden I'm flying solo. Everything didn't go my way, but that's all right. You shoot me, you better kill me. We fight until we can't fight no more. The arena lights went dark. The House of Black appeared on the screen. Malachi Black, well, Mark, that's beautiful. That's touching. You like magic tricks. I love magic tricks. I specifically like the ones where the magician makes people disappear because that's what we intend to do to you and everything you just spoke about. We are going to eradicate you. I wonder where he got that one from. Mommy, are you influencing AEW's promos here? Are you doing your voodoo here? I mean, Jesus Christ, you look at fucking Rhea Ripley, you're hypnotized. Thank you, Larry, for joining. Enjoy work and enjoy and I'm glad you had a great lunch. Check you later. From the history of professional wrestling, and it will happen just like this. Malachi snapped his fingers, and the House of Black disappeared from the screen. The lights in the arena turned back on. Mark Bristow was in the ring alone. Malachi Black, see, it's that easy. Mind games from the House of Black, said Nigel McGuinness. Queen Amata versus the Professor Serena Deeb. Deeb grappled with Amata to the mat, showing off why she is a technical tyrant. Deeb applied the half crab, but Queen Amata reached the ropes. Queen hit a snap suplex on Serena Deeb. Serena Deeb used the guillotine neck breaker. Deeb disoriented Amata and brought her down with a backslide. Amata cracked Deeb with a headbutt and then a hip attack. Deeb dodged a running knee strike from Queen Amata. Deeb wrapped Amata's leg around the ring post, applied the figure four. Deeb applied the Serenity Lock, and Amata tapped out. Our next number one contender for the AEW World Championship, Swerve Strickland with Prince Nana. Swerve, hey, Tony Schiavone, you know it's Black History Month, right? I am noble enough to show appreciation to all the people who paved the way for me to talk to you tonight. People like Ron Simmons, WWE Hall of Famer Ron Simmons, Kofi Kingston, former WWE champion, and I love that he mentioned that. How about Athena? What's up, sis? And very soon you're going to add another name to the list. Whose house this Wednesday I've got an opportunity to become AEW World Champion? How about Hangman Adam Page? This man that is in my way of my quest on becoming great. He's already great. Swerve, you're already great. Don't worry about it. He left scars on my body. He has shed my blood. This man has been I'm about to sneeze. Sorry. Holy Christmas. He had shed my blood, and this man has this man. Wait, this is a man I've beaten twice. Oh my God, my eyes. You know what? I'd say third time's a charm, but but when I put him behind him, I've become Black History, and then I move on to Samoa Joe and become AEW champion. Nana, you understand? Mogul Embassy is family, and it's business. Trust me, I want you there right by my side. No interference, because there's going to be no excuses. Is that right? Hangman Anna Page, I'll see you Wednesday. Whose house? Red Velvet versus Vervixen. This was like this. Red Velvet took down Vervixen with a leg lariat. Red Velvet planted Vervixen with a bulldog. She blasted with body shots. Red Velvet smashed Vervixen with a running knee strike. And then, after stirring up, she pinned Vervixen. That was it. Trios match. The Patriarch, TNT champion Christian Cage, Killswitch, and Nick Wayne versus FTR and Daniel Garcia. Dax cracked Nick Wayne with a stiff chops. Christian Cage tagged in, but Dax grabbed an inside cradle for a near fall. Nick Wayne tagged in and slapped Dax in the face. Garcia wanted in, so Dax tagged him in. Garcia hit Wayne with the two shoulder tackles. Nick Wayne slapped Garcia in the face and taunted him by dancing. Nick Wayne charged at Garcia, but Garcia chucked Wayne over the top rope. Christian Cage entered the fray and took some of the steam out of Garcia's momentum. Christian Cage worked over Garcia in the corner. Garcia fought out of the corner and went for a sunset flip. Christian escaped, went for a diving headbutt, but Garcia rolled out of the way. Cash Wheeler tagged in and cleared house on the Patriarch. FTR knocked down Killswitch with a high low, but Killswitch wasn't the legal man. Nick Wayne climbed to the top rope, but Dax met him up there. Dax suplexed Nick Wayne. Killswitch came and back body dropped Dax. Killswitch choked slammed Dax after the interference with Christian Cage. Christian went for a Killswitch, but Dax collided heads, both men falling to the mat. Christian tagged out to Nick Wayne, and Daniel Garcia tagged him. Garcia tossed Wayne with a suplex. Garcia swamped Wayne in the corner pummeled him with strikes. Garcia opened up with the ropes so Cash could fly out of the tope suicida. Killswitch. Garcia rocked Nick Wayne with a brainbuster for a near fall. The fans chanted, "This is awesome. This is awesome." Nick Wayne hit a finishman suplex for a 2 count on Garcia. Daniel Garcia answered with a big swing neck breaker for a near fall. Garcia climbed to the top rope, but Christian knocked him down right into Wayne's world. Cash jumped in and power slammed Nick Wayne. Killswitch was there to choke slam Cash. Garcia rammed Killswitch into the steel ring post. Garcia turned around and was flattened by a spear from TNT champion Christian Cage. Dax got back in the ring and applied the sharpshooter on Christian. Nick Wayne jumped off the turnbuckle and drilled Dax with Wayne's world cutter. "Party time for the Patriarch," said Nigel. Nick Wayne to go for a spear, like father, like son, but Garcia countered with a jackknife pin and scored the victory. "That's 2 weeks in a row," said Daddy Magic. Garcia stared at Christian Cage, who was standing outside the ring. Garcia taunted Christian Cage by doing his dance. Christian Cage eyed Daniel Garcia with a sour look on his face. "I think a look of concern from Christian Cage. Daniel Garcia may have staked a claim at the title shot against Christian Cage," said Tony Schiavone. So, since Tony Khan is the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, and since now we're on the road to the Super Bowl, he actually has tickets. He's got a delegation to, each team gets a delegation, even though that they're not in playing. So he's there to represent the team. So he did his thing, and he brought Dynamite to the Footprint Center in Phoenix, Arizona, and they had on Dynamite trios match, the stars of CMLL versus the Blackpool Combat Club, AEW Women's Championship Eliminator match, Tony Storm versus Red Velvet, Chris Jericho versus Konosuke Takeshita, AEW World Tag Team Champions Tornado match, Ricky Starks and Big Bill versus Darby Allin and Sting, Swerve Strickland versus Hangman Adam Page, winner gets a title shot at Samoa Joe, plus Tony Khan's big announcement, which could have fucking put on a YouTube fucking video. I'm telling you, it's ridiculous with his idiot. I'm telling you. Breaking news. Triple H will be on SmackDown tonight. Holy shit. He's going to address the press conference from yesterday. So that's going to be a very interesting situation, to say the very least. All right, let's get to Dynamite. And then I could get you out of here, and then you could enjoy the rest of your Friday. Oh, excuse me. Started off right out of the gate. Hangman Adam Page versus Swerve Strickland. Winner takes on Samoa Joe at Revolution. Page slapped Swerve in the face. Swerve swept out Page's legs. They tussled to the outside. Swerve whipped Page onto the barricade. Swerve jumped over the barricade and crashed onto Page on the arena floor. Page in the ring. Page chopped at Swerve's chest. Swerve fired back with a high boot, catching Hangman flush in the face. Swerve stomped Page in the corner. Hangman retaliated with a fallaway slam. Page was a bit ticked off by the live crowd reaction of him, who were about 90% behind Swerve Strickland tonight. Swerve climbed to the top turnbuckle, but Page yanked out Swerve's legs. Page grounded and pounded Swerve on the mat. Swerve flattened out Page and locked him in a crucifix hold. Swerve was looking for a snap Page's arm. Hangman countered and clubbed Swerve in the back of Swerve's head. Page rammed Swerve into the top turnbuckle, and Swerve tumbled to the arena floor. Prince Nana kept his distance, just like Swerve had told him to do. Hangman hurled Swerve into the barricade. Hangman nailed Swerve with a fallaway slam on the arena floor. Swerve blasted Swerve with a sliding kick to the ring. Page rolled up Swerve for a near fall. Page was looking for a buckshot lariat, but Swerve charged at him. Page backdropped Swerve on the arena floor. Swerve hit a flatliner on Page out of nowhere. Swerve drilled Page with a diving uppercut. Swerve planted Hangman with a vertical suplex. Swerve connected with a house call for a near fall. That was so close, said Taz. And Swerve has wrestled a smarter match tonight without the help of Prince Nana, added Excalibur. Swerve was looking for a suplex, but Hangman chomped down on Swerve's forehead. Page went for a sunset flip powerbomb, but Swerve landed on his feet. Swerve cracked Page with a kick to the head. Page rallied back with a pop-up powerbomb for a 2 count on Swerve. The fans chanted, "This is awesome, this is awesome." Swerve avoided a buckshot lariat from Page and fired back with his own buckshot lariat. Swerve splashed Page with a swerve stomp, but Page kicked out at the count of 2. Swerve was looking for a pile driver on the barricade, but Hangman countered with a DDT. Both men knocked one another down with a big stereo of boots. Both men had the same idea. Swerve laughed at Page as Page was hitting him with fists. Swerve rocked Page with a backbreaker for a near fall. Swerve pounced on Page with a swerve stomp. Swerve pulled the table out from beneath the ring and set it up. Swerve went for a 450 splash, but Page countered with the rising knees. Justin Roberts announced 5 minutes remaining. Page nearly decapitated Swerve with a buckshot lariat. Page covered Swerve, but Swerve got his boot on the bottom rope, and the ref had to stop the count. Hangman crushed Swerve with a dead eye on the apron. Page dropkicked Swerve, but as Swerve was getting back in the ring, Page cracked Prince Nana with a steel chair. Page yelled at Nana to stay out of this. When Page turned around, Swerve kicked the steel chair into Page's face. Swerve smashed Page with a swerve stomp. Swerve ankle buckled upon landing. Hangman reversed a JML driver and then snapped on Swerve's ankle. On the apron, Page was thinking dragon screw leg whip, but Swerve kicked him first. Swerve hoisted up Page and planted him through the table outside the ring with a dead eye. Swerve climbed to the top turnbuckle, went for a swerve stomp, but Page dodged it, and Swerve collapsed immediately. Oh, I already read that. Sorry. Swerve's ankle is hurting, though he can't cover, and said Tony Schiavone. Swerve went for the cover, and the ref counted 1-2, and the bell rang. Justin Roberts announced the time limit has expired, and the match went to a time limit draw. Swerve, no, I didn't go through all this just to end like this. Hangman, I'm not letting you get away with this so easily. You know how this goes. 5 more minutes. Page was smiling. Page, Swerve, you had to beat me to become #1 contender. And Swerve, you didn't do it. You will not be world champion. For you, it's over. Tony Schiavone, hang on 1 minute. Tony Khan has just talked with me. This is not done because we know we have 2 #1 contenders. That means at Revolution there will be 3-way match for the world title against Samoa Joe. I think this is what I think. 3-way dance. That means this match is not over by just 1 pin. You have to eliminate somebody. If they do this, you get rid of Joe and automatically you get a new world champion. Book this, Tony. Book it. Renee Paquette was backstage with the AEW World Champion Samoa Joe. Joe, I cannot believe this. I'm dealing with this right now. Once again, we celebrate mediocrity. This was a draw. The powers that be have stacked the deck against me, and they don't want me to be as champion. But it's not your choice. I am Samoa Joe. I'm the AEW World Champion. No matter what you do, come Revolution, I walk out AEW Champion, World Champion. It's only a shame that the both of you will suffer because of it. AEW Women's World Champion Timeless Tony Storm versus Red Velvet Eliminator match. The virtuoso Daniela Peraza joined commentary. Tony took down Red Velvet with a side headlock. Velvet fired back with a leg lariat. Storm jumped on Red Velvet and pummeled her with lefts and rights. Tony planted Red Velvet with a sky high for a near fall. Red Velvet used Tony with a big time bulldog. Velvet rocked Tony with a double knee strike. Red Velvet splashed Tony with a standing moonsault for a near fall. Tony ripped Red Velvet down. Tony Storm tripped Red Velvet and then smashed her with a hip attack. Tony spiked Red Velvet with a DDT for a near fall. Tony ducked a corkscrew kick from Red Velvet. Tony applied an ankle lock and forced Red Velvet to tap out. Tony would not release the ankle lock. Deanna got in the ring, but Luther separated the two of them. Renee Paquette was backstage with the AEW International Champion Orange Cassidy, Trent, and Rocky Romero. Renee asked them about the trios match on Rampage against the Undisputed Kingdom, and if Orange was worried about the wear and tear on his body, he might have that match ahead of his collision match against Ishii. Orange said, "Yeah, but I'll be fine." Orange said they're going to check on the injured Chuck Taylor now, but Rocky would be subbing for Chuck on Rampage. I'm going to do a disclaimer yet again because I don't say these names on an everyday basis. These are the people from the CML promotion. And if I fuck them up, I apologize. Warning, warning, warning. Okay? Please forgive me. Blackpool Combat Club, Bryan Danielson, Claudio Castagnoli, and Jon Moxley versus CML's Hechero, Mascara, Dorada, Volador Jr. Hechero took down Danielson with a shoulder tackle. Hechero put Danielson in a crucifix cradle for a near fall. Claudio tagged in and Dorado fired overhead chop. Claudio tripped Dorado and planted him hard. Moxley and Volador Jr. tagged in for their respective teams. They traded forearm strikes. Volador took down Mox with a Hurricane Rana and followed up with a Tope Suicida. Moxley retaliated with a Tope Suicida of his own. Claudio hurled Volador in a giant swing. Mox tagged in and covered Volador, but Volador kicked out at the counter 2. Volador connected with a thrust kick. Dorado launched off Moxley and clobbered Danielson with a corkscrew kick. Volador and Hechero connected with stereotypes on the BCC, and then Dorado followed up with a shooting star press in the middle rope to the outside. The fans chanted, "This is awesome, this is awesome, this is awesome." Hechero spiked Danielson with a backbreaker, and Dorado followed up with a 450 splash for a near fall. Volador rocked Mox with a backstabber, but Danielson was there to hit Volador with a running knee strike. Hechero and Claudio exchanged strikes. Hechero placed Claudio in a leg lock. Danielson stomped on Hechero until Hechero released Claudio. Hechero placed Danielson in the stretch muffler. Moxley kicked Hechero in the ribs to break it up. Moxley clobbered Dorado and Volador with stereo clotheslines. Claudio blasted Hechero with a massive European uppercut. Hechero retaliated with a guillotine leg drop for a near fall. Claudio shoved Hechero backwards, and Hechero inadvertently collided with the ref, who is standing behind him. Claudio snuck Hechero with a low blow while the referee is still collecting himself. Claudio covered Hechero to score the pin. The luchadors at ringside are just livid, and said Tony Schiavone. Mystico Estefengi and Star Jr. jumped into the ring. Christopher Daniels, Matt Sydal, Angela Parker, and Matt Menard sprinted down to even up the odds for the BCC, and the luchadors retreated. Backstage, a camera crew caught up with the Undisputed Kingdom assaulting Chuck Taylor. Adam Cole rolled up in his wheelchair and said, "Get well soon, Chuck." We need to get some medical attention for Chuck Taylor. What is the meaning of this? Said Excalibur. I swear to God, this could have been a fucking YouTube or a tweet. AEW CEO and GM Tony Khan has a major announcement. Like many of you, I'm excited by tonight's big announcement. You might have heard earlier today that the TD Garden announced AEW is running Boston in March 13th. That will be very important for AEW and the entire pro wrestling industry because Wednesday, March 13th, 5 weeks from tonight, there will be AEW Big Business live in Boston. You're not going to want to miss this. The show. Tickets go on sale Saturday. The event takes place 5 weeks from tonight. If you can join us live in Boston, you're going to want to join us. If you can't, you're going to want to join us here on TNBS on March 13th, because Big Business is going to be one of the most important nights ever in AEW. And that night, the entire pro wrestling industry will remember. Basically, I'm going to tell you, Mercedes is going to be debuting there. And a possible Kazuchika Okada. Chris Jericho versus Konosuke Takeshita. Jericho sent Takeshita over the top rope with a lariat. Hobbs and Callis approached Takeshita, and Callis slipped Takeshita in the face. Takeshita and Callis slapped Takeshita in the face, showing him some tough love. Takeshita whipped Jericho into the barricade. Takeshita nailed Jericho with a brainbuster on the arena floor. Takeshita splashed Jericho with a senton in the ring. The Alpha hit the Takeshita line on Jericho. Hobbs swiped at Jericho's leg, and Takeshita snuck Jericho from behind. Sammy Guevara clocked Hobbs with a steel chair out of nowhere. Hobbs grabbed the chair from Sammy and threw it down. Sammy used his quickness and jumped off the ring steps and delivered a cutter to Hobbs. Sammy struck Hobbs with a steel chair again. Inside the ring, Jericho dodged a jumping knee strike from Takeshita. Jericho drop kicked Takeshita from the turnbuckles. Jericho jumped off the turnbuckles and landed on Takeshita outside the ring. Takeshita flatlined Jericho with a fireman's carry. Takeshita ran and flipped over the top rope, wiped out Jericho on the outside of the ring. Jericho countered Takeshita's senton by raising his knee. Jericho went for a lion salt, but Takeshita likewise got his knees up to counter it. Takeshita flung Jericho backwards with a wheelbarrow suplex. Jericho countered a Takeshita line with a code breaker for a near fall. Jericho went for a lion salt, but Takeshita grabbed him and spiked Jericho with a blue thunder bomb. But Jericho kicked at it too. Jericho positioned himself on the top turnbuckle and punching down on Takeshita. Takeshita slipped under and pulled Jericho face into the turnbuckle. Takeshita rocked Jericho with an avalanche blue thunder bomb. Jericho kicked out just the nick of time. Takeshita connected with a power drive knee. Jericho countered with a second knee strike attempt with the walls of Jericho. Don Callis threw a steel chair into the ring, but the ref saw it and grabbed it. As the ref had his back turned, throwing the chair out of the ring, Don Callis jumped on the apron and blasted Jericho in the head with a screwdriver. Takeshita applied the Lion Tamer on Jericho, but Jericho refused to give up. Jericho tried to reach the ropes, but Takeshita pulled Jericho into the center of the ring. Finally, Jericho was forced to tap out. I've never seen anyone beat Chris Jericho with a Lion Tamer, said Excalibur. Me either. That was so impressive, said Tats. Main event time. AEW World Tag Team Champions. Tornado match. Absolute Ricky Starks and Big Bill versus Darby Allin and Sting. Big Bill whipped Darby into the barricade in front of Sting's family. Sting brawled with Starks through the crowd. Sting slammed a trash can into Starks' back. Darby lured Big Bill and Starks closer to him. and Sting jumped off the balcony and wiped out the tag team champs beneath him. I can't believe what we just saw, said Excalibur. Sting splashed Big Bill against the barricade. Big Bill fired back with a clubbing strike. Darby rocketed out of the ring with a missile, but Big Bill caught him and planted him with a boss man slam. I want to take a minute here. He does that move justice. Trust me. Big Bill bounced Darby's head against the mat. Big Bill hurled Darby overhead and behind him. Big Bill pulled out the table from beneath the ring. Starks told Big Bill to press slam Darby. Big Bill lifted Darby up, but Sting charged in, knocking Starks and sending him colliding into Big Bill. Sting saved the day, said Taz. Darby narrowly averting disaster, replied Excalibur. Sting took on Big Bill and Starks, dishing out the right hands to the champs. Starks grabbed Sting from behind and spiked him with a scorpion death drop. Starks covered Sting, but Darby broke up the pin. Great save by Darby Allin, said Taz. Darby nailed Big Bill with a coffin splash in the corner. Sting followed up with a Stinger splash. Darby decimated Big Bill with a code red. Darby hit the coffin drop on Big Bill outside the ring. Starks tried for a drop kick but Sting stopped him in his tracks, avoiding it. Sting applied the Scorpion Deathlock on Starks. Big Bill, with Darby Allin on his back, climbed the apron and attempted to break up Sting's finisher. Darby turned around, gouged Big Bill's eyes, and forced Big Bill to fall off the apron through the tables. Big Bill was driven through the tables by Darby Allin, said Excalibur. Starks crawled and grabbed the ropes, but there's no rope breaks in a tornado match. Starks was able to pull his body far enough under the ropes that Sting lost his grip. Sting went for the Stinger splash, but Starks moved, ripping the buckle pads out of the way. Sting collided with the exposed turnbuckles. Starks speared Sting, but Sting managed to kick out at the count of 2. Starks went for another spear, but Sting caught Starks. Sting drilled Starks with a scorpion deathlock and pinned Starks. And AEW, and we have new AEW World Tag Team Champions Darby Allin and Sting. History has been made, said Tony Schiavone. Sting's sons got into the ring to congratulate their father. He got gold again, said Tony Schiavone. This is where pissed me off. Young Bucks are great. Hi, Mr. Pickles. Howdy. Random Cowboy. How you doing, Mr. Howdy? Welcome. The Young Bucks are great in the ring. Don't get me wrong. But they have egos the size of fucking Mount Kilimanjaro. I kid you fucking not. I am sorry. I would have liked to see another tag team go after this. And I hope to God that that Sting retires as champion. But I have a funny feeling they're going to pull their EVP and they're going to be Matthew and Nicholas Jackson. And I cannot stand this. I cannot stand this whatsoever. Anyway, the Young Bucks, Matthew and Nick Jackson, ambushed Sting and Darby Allin with white baseball bats. They assaulted Sting's sons next. They stole the spotlight from the new tag champs, and they're putting the beating on them, said Taz. The Bucks smashed a busted open Darby with a BTE trigger. Now, EVP trigger. Matthew called me into their office earlier today and said now it's called an EVP. I just said that, for the love of God. Matthew held Sting back while Nicholas hit Sting with a bat. Nicholas punted Sting in the head. The Young Bucks grabbed the belts and tossed them on top of Darby and Sting. The Young Bucks, like it or not, made their heavy statement tonight. Now, said Taz, this is beyond the pale. Nicholas and Matthew Jackson will never recover from what they went down tonight. Their reputation is destroyed, said Excalibur. So tonight we have they're coming from the Dollar Loan Center in Henderson, Nevada, featuring the AEW International Champion Orange Cassidy. He's facing Tomohiro Ishii from New Japan Pro Wrestling. We'll hear from the Rated R superstar Adam Copeland. BCC, John Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli versus CML Infinji, Star Jr., and much more. So that's what's going to be on tap for tonight. What's on top for me right now is to get you guys out of here. And please do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe. Turn on the bell for all notifications so when I go live or upload a video, you will know about it. Please follow me on Facebook, Threads, Instagram, TikTok, X, and Cameo. I'm on Cameo, so if you want to invest in there, go right ahead. Please, if you go check out Maestro Classics at maestroclassics.com. Liquid Death at liquiddeath.com, Deathwish Coffee at deathwishcoffee.com. Go check out HOG Wrestling at hogwrestling.net. They're going to have their next event, Reckoning, Saturday, March 2nd. We have debuts of Mustafa Ali versus former TNA champion Alex Shelley. For the Crown Jewel Championship, Lo Sombra versus Lance Anoa'i. Friday, April 5th, Wrestling Revolver and House of Glory will be having a show together at WrestleMania weekend. Mustafa Ali versus Amazing Red, which is the co-founder of House of Glory. Alex Shelley versus Hog champion Mike Santana. The Rascals and the Grizzly Young Veterans will be there as well. If you want to get your tickets for that show, it's WrestlingRevolverTickets.com, and you can watch it on Thriller Plus. And if you want to get tickets for Reckoning, you can get it on hogwrestling.net, and you can get and you can see it if you can't be there on the Premiere app for $9.99 a month. I want everybody to have a great weekend. I will see you next week. If things are just flying by the seat of my pants at this point. But remember, the night before the Elimination Chamber, the 23rd, I will be doing the preview and predictions. Right after I get home from seeing my son, I will be right on. I'm going to have everything set up. I'm going to go and go and go. I will be doing Revolution, which great. It's on a Sunday. I don't have to fucking worry about it. I can, enjoy myself, and I can watch it, and I don't have to worry about doing a preview and prediction right after either a Collision or whatever the case may be. And of course, for WrestleMania, right after SmackDown, the night before night one of WrestleMania, preview and prediction for both nights. And each night I will be going live with the reviews of night one and night two. It's two separate videos, so you get 3 times me. So I want everybody to have a great Friday. And please remember, Autism Awareness is coming up of the month of April. So please get your hashtag of World Autism Awareness Day. And please wear blue. Take a picture, tag me into it, and hashtag it. And hey, we're the voice of the voiceless. We are the advocates. Before advocacy was cool. Thank you, Mr. Heyman. I will see you next week for episode 328. Go check out the rest of the content on the channel. I'll see you next week at 2 p.m. I love you all. Have a great weekend. Toodles. Bye.